It's really about loving yourself into wholeness.
Into wholeness.
You know, doing the soul work to constantly take time to engage with your soul.
Right.
And with that, it's a lot of growth and change,
Right.
and then growth and then change and then growth and change. And that's okay, because how many of us want to be the same person we were 5 years ago?
Right,
You know, like
right,
think about what
right.
5 years ago was like, you know?
Right.
And then earlier, I mentioned about living your best life. Like, what does that look like? You
What
know?
does that
And
look
then in your best life, there's more greatness to happen.
It
So,
is,
we have to
yes.
always be mindful of not letting go of good because we're afraid of great.
Come on, my love.
You know, so there's
Talk
always
that talk.
something more. So what is the difference between your good and your greatness? You know, are you holding on to something that's good when you know that you like one toe in on the great?
Wow.
Like
wow.
just one toe. It could be the pinky
Wow.
toe. I don't care which toe it is, but you one toe in on your greatness.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes,
and
yes.
finding those times to have those original thoughts would get you 10 toes in.
10
on your
toes.
greatness.
And I'm so glad you said original thoughts, you know, and then that's one of the ways to produce greatness is to come up with an original thought, a thought that's not influenced from anything other than your vibration, your vibrational alignment with nothingness. Because to think is not to have an original thought, you know. So yeah, I really like that you brought that up.
So how many of y'all thinking and how many of y'all thoughting?
Or thinking the thought that was thought before the
Yeah.
thumping.
Or talking too fast, getting it all out before the thought is even complete.
Right,
You know,
right.
like internal balance is more than about just how you eat. It's more than about how much tea you drink. It's more than about knowing more than anything else.
Yes.
It's really ultimately about knowing you.
Yes.
And moving in your light and your greatness,
Right.
because it ain't worth nothing for you to move in somebody else's light.
Come
and
on, my
greatness.
love.
You know, teamwork does make the dream
It
work.
does.
But find out your position on your team.
Right. I just love it. I just, you know, everything that you're saying, you know, when people think of internal balance, and when we even ask people, have you ever, heard of the concept of marrying yourself? People would say quickly, yeah, I married myself. Yeah, I did that. But okay, but I guess we have a different approach to that question, would you marry you? For us, it's you really loving yourself into wholeness, and not only saying these through affirmations, but doing the work to love on yourself. You deserve it. We deserve to feel the overflow of your best self, and that's what's so beautiful about internal balance, because it's not reliant on anything outside of you, only what's inside of you.
Well, my favorite one is when people say, well, I'm married to my husband. You don't really hear a whole lot of men say, I'm married to my wife. They be like, give me the book, you know?
Yeah,
But the
right.
sisters are always like, well, I'm married to my husband.
Right.
And then those are the first ones to sit down with us and say, I lost myself in this marriage.
Right.
I don't know what I like or who I am,
Right,
you know?
right.
So now, you know, within a marriage with someone else, you can still identify who you are.
Yes, you can.
What you like and who you are. Because just think about it. You became all of who you are before you met your spouse. And then does that mean that you stop growing, that you stop being who you are? No, it just means that now you're sharing a lot of your moments with someone else. But when you can't identify a moment that you're having to share,
Right.
sometimes you feel like I got nothing to offer. But you know you got so much to offer because of all that you put into the relationship. But don't drain yourself to the point where you can't identify yourself.